charred cabbage with white bean puree and lemon gremolata. High heat does something special to cabbage. The exterior chars and turns deeply savory, while the inside stays tender and sweet. The white bean puree brings richness, the lemon gremolata brings acidity, and together they make the char taste intentional and not bitter. Both of those components can be made ahead, which means the cabbage is cooked and served right at the end. Let's get cooking! To make the lemon gremolata, you will need 2 tablespoons olive oil, 1 lemon, 1 bunch Italian parsley, 1 tablespoon capers drained, and freshly ground black pepper to taste. The only special equipment you will need are a microplane grater for zesting the lemon and a citrus juicer. Place the 2 tablespoons of olive oil into a small bowl. Now zest the lemon and add to the olive oil. Roll the lemon while gently pressing down to maximize the amount of juice. Juice the lemon into a separate small bowl. Now measure out 2 tablespoons of lemon juice and add it to the bowl. Finely chop the capers. Add the chopped capers to the olive oil and lemon. Pull enough parsley leaves off the stems to make a pile about 1/4 cup in size. Once chopped, this will give us about the 2 tablespoons that we're looking for. Add the parsley to the bowl. Add ground black pepper to taste. I miss getting that on video. Combine thoroughly with the fork. Set aside, or you can make a day ahead and store covered in the refrigerator. To make the white bean puree, you will need 1 15-ounce can cannellini beans, rinsed and drained, 1 small garlic clove, 3 to 4 tablespoons olive oil, 1/4 to 1/2 cup warm vegetable stock, chicken stock, or water, salt to taste, and 1/2 lemon, which will be squeezed to taste. The only special equipment you will need is a food processor. Place the drained beans into the food processor. Add the garlic clove cut into a few pieces. Add 3 tablespoons of the olive oil. Add salt to taste. I'm using a 1/2 teaspoon. Now microwave a 1/2 cup of the stock or water until warm. Warm liquid will create a more smooth puree than cold. Start by adding just 1/4 cup of the warm liquid. Puree until smooth. If it's too thick, add a little of the reserved liquid till it's the right consistency. Squeeze in some lemon juice to taste. Taste for salt and lemon juice and adjust seasonings if needed. The puree can also be made a day ahead, covered, and refrigerated. To make the charred cabbage, you will need 1 large green cabbage, about 3 tablespoons or more of olive oil, kosher salt, and freshly ground black pepper. The special equipment you will need are 1 pastry brush, 2 sheet pans, 1 lined with parchment and 1 lined with either parchment or a silpat mat, and a large cast iron skillet. Preheat oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. After removing and discarding any loose or wilted leaves, cut the cabbage in half through the core. Use a rocking motion if the knife is having difficulty cutting through. Now cut each half in half and then in quarters, making sure to keep a part of the core intact on each piece to hold the leaves together. Cut both halves so you end up with 8 wedges. Pour some olive oil, about 3 to 4 tablespoons, into a small dish. Using a pastry brush, brush olive oil on both sides of each cabbage wedge, setting them down on either a silpat or parchment-lined sheet pan. Season both sides generously with kosher salt and freshly ground black pepper. Heat a large cast iron skillet over medium-high heat. Add 4 of the cabbage wedges cut side down. Cook the first side 4 to 5 minutes until deeply charred. Carefully flip each wedge over and char the second side for 4 to 5 minutes. Remove the fully charred wedges to a parchment-lined sheet pan. Repeat with the other 4 wedges. Now roast in the preheated oven for 12 to 15 minutes until tender but not collapsing. Remove from the oven and use a fork to test for doneness. Serve individually plated with the puree on the plate and the gremolata over the top of the cabbage, or serve on a platter family style with the puree in a bowl. Thank you so much for joining Food Immerse and exploring different cuisines, ingredients, and cooking techniques. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe so you don't miss a single delicious episode. If you make this dish, I would love to hear about it in the comments or shoot me an email. Until next time, cheers to good food.